Shrinks in the house here. Yeah, sometimes in life we forget what is most important. And I talk about this all the time, right? Because this is something that I have to practice almost on a daily basis, and that has to do with gratitude and being grateful for my life. Not for what I don't have, but for what I do. And materials aside, for one, I'm grateful to be walking this planet because many have perished. Many people that I love that were close to me have perished due to the disease that you all know, addiction. And it can manifest in many, many different ways. And this is definitely one of them. It's a horrific one, actually. And I've suffered from it a great deal. Like, it really had its claws in me. Every waking hour, scouring the internet. And like I've said, that's how I've gained the experience. That's pretty much the only thing positive that I took out of that. And I thought, well, how am I going to get myself out of here? Out of these clutches, out of this horrible, isolation and loneliness, afraid to be with self. So I run to audio. Because at a certain point, guys, it's not even about the audio at all. And I'll continue to share this, and I don't care. You don't want to watch it, go watch the redundant reviews that mean nothing about life at all. I'm the Shrink. I talk about how addictions relate to passions, and when someone steps over that imaginary line, it may require help to stop or complete surrender. But I always find a good way to get out of things is to think of other people and try to help other people on a daily basis. Am I helping people here on YouTube? I hope so. It's the goal. I mean, I know that some people have come on and onto the live chats or the comments and have admitted that I've helped them, right? So, and I'm starting to gain a lot of fans that are also on the path of recovery. So they understand my language. They resonate. What I talk about resonates with them. And this is why the channel is so unique. It has to do with real life, man, not material life, real life. A stereo is just something I own, right? It does not define who I am. Like right now, I got my guy, I'm grateful for it, the business that I built and how smoothly it runs. I got my one employee who's also sober 20 years. He's trimming some hedges. I don't need to be there because I know that the work is going to be up to the quality that I expect because I trained him to do it that way, right? And him being clean and sober and having respect and love for another human being, he treats the tools, my truck, everything as if it were his own. Sorry, I meant to say his. But, so right now, the highlight of my day is going down to this noon meeting that's held at the Princeton pub here. For any of you who know Vancouver, it's a classic pub. It's down on Powell. It's a big men's meeting where we get the whole back of the cafe restaurant and we share, right? And these are men with like double the sobriety that I got. So there's two men taking a cake tonight. One of them is in the 30s of years, and I think the other one's, 5. But that's the highlight of my day, and I always, not sometimes, no matter what the headspace is, I always feel better after a meeting. Always. So, and there's those hamstrings there. Still got them. Still got those hammies from 32 years of soccer, Spiritual, emotional, and physically well, right? The internet will make you sick. It will make you sick. You can just tell by looking at some people, right? I mean, there's so much stuff that's more important than, my message is just to try to help others. That's all it is. It's 100% for that. It's not to get subscribers. It's none of that stuff. Because we all know that good news doesn't sell newspapers. People want to see the review. Well, I'm not that guy. So, and I know most of y'all know that. So, not criticizing them. It's too easy for me to do that. And I don't want to be like all the rest. I just want to be myself here on YouTube. And that's what I am. And slowly but surely, the fan base is building. They're starting to understand, oh, wow, this guy's, he's doing things different. I just wear my heart on my sleeve, and I don't worry about the judging or any of that stuff, because I just know how toxic that is. So, you know, I basically switched one for the other, and that was audio for hard drugs. And I had to realize after a while, wow, man, I'm just doing the same thing, different pile. How am I going to get myself out of this? Well, I surrendered to it, saying to myself, okay, you're stronger than me. All I was doing was insane, repeating the same thing, expecting different results, because all it is at the end of the day is a stereo, regardless of its cost, regardless of anything. You have to look at deep inside yourself as to why you're continuing to do that. Because no matter what, the stereo will never be perfect, and the deeper you're into it, the worse you get. The worse you get on analyzing the equipment, the worse you get, man. It's progressive, like any other obsession or addiction. Anyways, I'm speaking to but a few, but I'm not judging you. I'm here to say I'm one of you, and this is how I got out of it. I completely surrendered, and I thought, okay, why don't I just go tell the truth to the world on what can happen here when you get in too deep? Like these audio shows, and I don't get it. I got zero interest in any of it. Zero. It's just so, there's nothing there, man. It's all about you. It's not all about me. It's about you. What can I do for you? How can I help? I go on the live chats and we talk about addiction. And the guys come on that got the years sober and how grateful they are and how they have their families back and they can be a father to their child. I don't think you can be a very good father when you got an audio addiction. What does it show them? What kind of mentor is that? Or even your wife, you take that for granted too. This thing will take all of you away. It will. When you go too far, it's just what's going to happen. And if you don't believe me, just keep going. Keep it up. If you got a hint that any stress this is causing you, and you think it's starting to cause discomfort deep within, well, that's just start. It doesn't get better. It gets worse. So that's just the way it is, man. And I'm coming on here just to show you guys that I have to practice gratitude on a daily basis. And that's not just for addict alcoholics. Everyone should be doing this. Grateful, and how can I help my fellow man, woman, or child on a daily basis? I love you all. Anyone who wants to support the channel, there's a super thanks right down by the text bar. Have a great day.